That's a good thing, right? What's up? All right. To the half of you who know me, it's great to see you again. For the half of you who don't, nice to meet you. Like Jim and others have said, my name's Brian, and 724 started as an idea that God put on my heart and Edwin's heart and our dear friend Sandy, who many of you know, on her heart, and we actually would talk about putting together a service like this while driving in her little Toyota Echo on the way back from seminary classes years ago. So 724 has been a great blessing in my life, and we're so thrilled to be back with you tonight, Christy and I. I would tell you all Happy Valentine's Day, but we all know that Valentine's Day is the stupidest holiday in the world, so I won't. And here's the great part. My wife agrees with me. It's a beautiful thing. But anyway, we're so thrilled to be here. It's been so cool. I hear the movie has come out, right? Yeah. I've seen it twice, so it's so cool just to see all the buzz, like just to be able to go and see it in the theaters has been incredible, and to read all the stories and to see things happening on the Facebook page. In fact, this is funny. I have a sister who's 14 years old, and Jim, my mom said to tell you this, so I'm going to tell everybody. And I was talking to my mom today, and she said, tell Jim there is no bigger to save a life fan on the planet than your 14-year-old sister. She just loves it. She's telling all the kids in her youth group about it. She's so excited. She's seen it twice, and I know there are a lot of people like that. So it's very cool. And just kind of related to that, as I get into this, I just want to say, this is a very cool time to be a part of what's going on here at New Song. And New Song's been doing cool stuff for a long time, and I think this in particular is just a really incredible move of God that you have the chance to be a part of. And I just think when I was here, what would happen is a lot of times I would tend to take that for granted. Like, okay, yeah, God's doing cool things, it's nice to be a part of it, but I wouldn't really kind of get just how great it was, and now that I'm away from that, I really miss it. So I guess I just want to encourage you, don't take for granted the opportunity that you have here, just what a cool thing it is to be a part of the work that God's doing. We're going to continue this series to save a life tonight, and I want to walk through a story from the scriptures with you, and it's going to be a familiar one to those of you that have been around church for a while, and it's so raw, and it's so powerful, and it's so beautiful. But at the same time, I think it's so familiar and it's so sanitized that we can kind of lose the power of it, and we can lose how radical it really is. I know one of the big kind of themes of this series is this idea that we are never more like Jesus than when we're reaching out to the hurting and the lonely. And I absolutely believe that. I think that's true. And tonight we're going to see this profound, powerful example of Jesus reaching out to the hurting and the lonely. So if you've got a Bible, you can open up to John chapter 4, or if you need one, maybe you can have some folks pass them out. And here's what I want you to know. We're gonna read this whole story, and if you don't have a Bible, it'll be up on the screen. But you need to understand something. It's a story about an interaction between Jesus and a woman who's by a well. But, and make sure you catch this, this is hugely important. This is not a story about some random woman 2,000 years ago. This is a story about a person that you know. This is a story about a person that I know. This is a story about a person that she sits next to you in class every day. He's in your unit. You work with him. You work for her. You might even live under the same roof as this person. This story is about a person that you interact with and that you pass by all the time. And if you're just totally confused about what I mean by that, it'll hopefully come into focus as we walk through it. So let's go ahead and read through the story. We're going to read through it. It's a pretty long story, so hang with me. We've got it up on the screen if you don't have a Bible to follow along. John chapter 4, we're going to start in verse 3.